was never about I or me. He always asked about you. He seems forward to seeing.
Yeah, he's pitching on the right day. Whenever you see a guy with a 12-1 record, even though
to Vince Scully on a nightly basis, he told the story.
Like a mythical figure just walked through the door and was interested in how faces Anderson, and the first pitch on Sunday night in there for a called strike one. The Little League game can be seen on ESPNU, and Profar, who grew up in Curacao, was part of a huge baseball family. He and at separate times two other League World Series in Williamsport. On the ground, that's a fair ball. Max Muncy, whoa, what a nice start.
As an infielder, you better be ready because he throws a lot of strikes. Last year, he only walked 30.
Us to the story on the field this entire last in San Diego. He's got the best eye in baseball, and that's on 80 batting average. And one of the greatest on-base percentage. Anderson gets ahead 0-2.
as he's only 23 years old and has that kind of understanding of the strike zone.
That's your 0-2 to Soto, and this one is playable. And it should be now having Soto bat in front of him when Tatis comes back. $100 million deal. But now looks around that clubhouse and homer 60 runs batted in. Center only 6 pitches to get through the top of the first inning. You see the Dodger up. He bets it was a strike, and it's 0-1. And now 1 ball, 1 strike. Just Thomas Beers, who all year have been animating for us. It's defense straight up for Betts. And that doesn't matter. Mookie Betts rips that pitch right in runs, homers, and slugging is aboard. And even make this lineup more deep. First pitch swinging. Turner, Betts, Trey Turner, Freddie Freeman, and Will Smith. And I know Betts has 8 steals, not going here. That pitch from Yu Darvish away.
Betts is on base. You're trying to buy fastballs, right, for the next hitters. For T when it comes to slugging.
And Turner sends this for 3.30 ERA, 127 strikeouts, 128 innings.
Yeah, he's working quicker this year.
Turner on the ground. Ha-Seong Kim, it's a slow roller. The only place that call was made. Dave Roberts puts up his finger. One says, "Give me a second." Exactly what he had to do. No play at second. Goes towards first base and
back towards the dugout. Well, Dave Roberts had a finger up, and then they whistled, "Let's keep this thing rolling." Really. Batting average up to 3 with Cronenworth in shallow right field. Slices another one.
Good against left-handed hitters. Has dominated them. He's got more than, but it's been the lefties that he's been a headache with.
Second, a big opportunity. Good pitch by Darvish off speed. Got Freeman to strike out.
Ever heard the term back leg slider? Book this one. If you're trying to learn one, do that. That was a dandy.
On support. Smith had a big night last night. The catcher looks at ball 1.
Had a lot more success again against lefties than righties. First base is open.
And this is on the ground. Machado gets a good hop across the diamond. Bell rolling here on a Sunday night just underway. Dodgers and Padres 0-0 after 1. And compete for a World Series, not only this year, but for years to come. As Anderson throws strike
card this year.
Yikes. Luke Voigt was so excited about having Soto on his team. Now, I imagine if he was on the mailing list, not on it anymore. Bell beats that into the ground. Another chance for Muncy. Josh Bell as a guy that a lot of teams would benefit from getting. And Drury, a grand slam against the Rockies. He has thrown 9 pitches. All of them have been strong. 21 homers, 65 runs batted in. And there is the first ball from Anderson. Popped up, playable. It's Will Smith. Anderson. Next week, we will be at Fenway. Here's Jake Cronenworth. Anderson missed.
Well, it's the first time, you know, you get those two together and talking live. Mike,
I know your people.
Michael K lives for those kind of things.
The University of Michigan in the 7th round. And that's foul. As late as 2019, he was throwing a mid-90s fastball in a swing and miss position, now in between Freeman, and here goes Trey Turner. He had a slide that time. He does not need to slide this time. 9.
Been telling Vince Scully stories all week. Tell me a favorite for you.
I think for me, but
Thanks, Buster. Max Muncy, part of that clinic offense last night. He had in a Max Muncy slump for a guy that's such a good hitter. Uncharacteristic. Boy, his cell
Cost him a lot the first half of the season.
that's in there. Very slow roller. Kim, the shortstop, is there, and Muncy's with
94% of his at-bats, there has been a shift in place if there's when the shift will not be allowed.
first pitch fastball misses.
A little hesitation, a double hitch.
Tyler Anderson will. Ben's went in there for a strike to even it up. 1 ball, 1 strike. Up the middle, Machado near the grass where the shortstop would usually. And this one should be an easy one, but Bell bobbles it and a flip to Darvish.
Race with Lux, who can run a little bit as well.
You're invited to ask Juan.
First baseman, when your pitcher doesn't hesitate at all, coming off the mat.
Ground, there have been 4 ground ball outs, and the Dodgers have the lowest ground ball rate of any. So Gallo immediately falls behind 0-1 season. Gallo, a good rip at that.
They brought in 2 minor leaguers from their
Darvish in command 0-2.
In terms of trying to just get his mind cleared.
All territory, and Bell backs up and makes the play. In Los Angeles to face the Dodgers, the San Diego Padres. The busiest team at the they likely know they won't catch, but boy, they are trying to make a statement. And that play on the field has been in sharp contrast with the mood off the field. Of all time, Vin Scully. Who's been treated to baseball bouquets from the master.
It's time.
Vin Scully passed away this week, and yet for every sports fan, every baseball fan, close their eyes and listen closely. The echoes of a legend are alive, and the memories as unforgettable has happened. We will miss him. We welcome you to Vin Scully's Los Angeles. We have the Vin Scully patches on, and you recognized every time. Think about this. The Dodgers, David Cohn, Eduardo Perez, Buster Olney in a moment, started playing more than half of the games that they played since 1890. 67 years. It is a significant week in the history of the franchise, in broadcasting, and it goes from
Coast, he brought the Dodgers out west and endeared them to a whole Scully.
He's the type of guy that you wanted him to broadcast if you were on the mound. I had that tape.
Right, validation. We'll actually hear likely that call and Vince Scully a little bit. He is the grandson of great O'Malley family, and they of course brought the Dodgers. Talk about what the Padres have done over the deadline. Dodgers remain the cream of the crop in the National. Of course, was the acquisition of one of the greatest players that we've ever seen at this young an age, and that of course is Tyler Anderson, who is 12-1 with a .289 earned run average this season. We'll see Darvish on the mound. We'll talk with Juan Soto. It's a special